Hi, welcome back. We're going to be talking about the stages of grief in family estrangement. Hi, I'm Marie Morin. I'm a therapist and a wellness coach, and I help people get out of stuck by practicing daily routines so they can experience less stress and greater joy. Let's get started. So the stages of grief have altered over time. The original ones from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross have been slightly changed in order to accommodate what they've found that people are experiencing. So when you're estranged by an adult child, parent, or family member, the grief and loss is significantly different. There are no ceremonies with supportive people to hold your hand, and our society misunderstands the nature of estrangement. And while some people may be well-meaning, they don't really know how to respond. There are more support groups. However, the stigma attached to being estranged may hamper someone from joining because they want to keep their estrangement experience a secret. Estrangement doesn't have a time limit, so it can go on, which complicates the grieving experience. It's very different from death. You know the person's dead, you will never see them again. But with estrangement, there's this hope that you might. So the experience is ambiguous and uncertain. But if you get one thing from this video, please take this. The most productive process you can do for yourself to feel better is allow each part of the grieving experience to have its time and attention without judging yourself or your feelings. So watch my video, How to Deal with Estranged Family, What You Need to Know About Estrangement. I talk about emotional visits, and that is a really good practice when you are grieving. Another important thing to remember is you want to avoid expressing these feelings to those you are estranged. They're not ready to hear you most likely, and that's why they are not coming around. So let's start with shock. When there's a significant loss by death or estrangement, it's natural to feel overwhelming pain and sadness. It can be shocking, especially if it's unexpected. It could be so shocking that you could feel horrified, confused, emotional paralysis, and numbness. Denial. We deny the loss to protect ourselves from the enormity of the feelings. We may minimize it, numb our feelings, or even pretend it's not happening. We can have anger. Anger occurs as we begin to feel the loss of our loved one. We may get angry at them or at ourselves, and it's our way of expressing these very strong emotions, such as fear and deep sadness. And then there's bargaining. Loss and grief can bring up feelings of a lack of control, and bargaining and making promises or deals with a higher power to others or to ourselves is an attempt to get the outcome that we want. And then there's depression. Often family members who are estranged become depressed as they enter the reality of the loss. One can feel deep sadness, loneliness, and hopelessness. Some are going to want to avoid being around others and withdraw from the activities that used to bring them great joy. There could be guilt. You could feel guilty about what you did and what you didn't do. And then there's acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean that we won't still occasionally feel pain, but it's more about not resisting the reality of the loss and understanding that we're going to have a different life now. Another key thing to remember in estrangement is that acceptance is not about that you'll never see your family member again, as in death, but rather accepting the current loss of the relationship status. So perhaps you wake up in the morning and you're feeling quite uncomfortable. You can remind yourself that you aim to accept the current loss of the relationship for today. just the current loss of the relationship. If you're experiencing grief that's so severe that you're unable to function and you're not doing the things that you once did, you're not being around people, you're isolating, it's time to get some help. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. Don't forget to like it, ring the bell, and subscribe, and let me know about your estrangement story and what has been helpful for you. And get my ebook, Feeling Heartbroken and Alone, How to Pick Up the Pieces When You Are Estranged. See you in the next video, and watch that, How to Move On from Estranged Family. Bye.